Hello, my name is Joshua Lindsey, and this is the second episode of Joshua T. Lindsey TV. I would like to give you some background in order to explain to you where I'm coming from and why I want to talk to you in this web series. I was born on March 14, 1983, in Gainesville, Florida, to Tom and Deb. I believe that God has prepared me and my family for many of the challenges that my disability presents. I have cerebral palsy, which is a congenital physical disorder that happens either before birth or shortly after birth. In my case, I had birth trauma where the umbilical cord came out before my head, and the doctor had to rush to get me out within a matter of seconds. My parents decided not to sue them because they felt that the doctor did not make any mistakes in what he was doing and took extraordinary measures to ensure that I suffered the least amount of brain damage possible. Having a background in psychology, I think that my brain damage has occurred in the cerebellum, which is an area of the brain that controls muscle movement, coordination, and balance. Because of my intellectual abilities and lack of abnormal sensory deprivation, I believe this to be the case. Instead of a higher cortical dysfunction, which would greatly limit my intellectual capacity. Of course, I only have a bachelor's degree in psychology, so I'm doing some major guesswork here. I was inspired at an early age to go into social work to help the less fortunate and to give back to God and to my community. We were a foster family that happened to take in 2 children long term that had been abused and or neglected in their homes of origin. In addition, my Christian faith encourages me to reach out to the needy and socially disadvantaged, not in an effort to procure my own salvation, but as an expected duty and privilege of a follower of Jesus Christ. To me, the Christian faith is best viewed as a communal undertaking. A professor once pointed out to me that Christianity was selfish because its proponents only wanted the Christianity so that they could have eternal life. I countered this by saying that a true Christian wants not only to obtain eternal life for himself, but eternal life for his friends, family, acquaintances, and even his enemies, in an effort to bring forth the kingdom both now and in heaven. In addition, my Catholic faith places an emphasis on social wealth and acts of social justice. Again, not as a means necessary to our salvation, but as a duty and a privilege of those who follow Jesus Christ. When I got to college, I originally wanted to study law in order to have the most power and ability to change and affect the lives of those persons abused and neglected, not as a means of wielding that power to a destructive degree, but in an effort to rise above the obstacles that I saw, even as a young child, the social worker was having in trying to provide the best resources and care for those individuals in her charge. In addition to my faith and early inspiration to pursue a degree in social work because of our interaction and role as a foster family when I was a young child, I feel that God has prepared me and my family for my disability, in that my mom, Debbie Lindsey, chose to study occupational therapy at the University of Florida and wanted to either help or take care of people with cerebral palsy, even before she knew that she was pregnant with a person who would eventually wind up with cerebral palsy. I said at the beginning of this episode that I had birth trauma. Well, my mom also had asthma and exposure to formalin, the liquid form of formaldehyde, which is the gas form of it. This has been shown in some studies to cause birth defects for those mothers who were working with the formalin. And also her asthma attacks, which were especially severe during her pregnancy, could have caused my cerebral palsy, so we're not exactly sure what caused it. In any case, I am assured that God prepared me for my disability, something that I will discuss in the next episode on how our vocabulary sometimes makes it harder for us to believe, and also for us to attract other people to our faith. Of course, I am not talking about using deceptive or complicated language. I am talking about the fact that the evil one encourages us to use doubt and, or rather, to have doubt and to use conditional and subjunctive language to communicate our beliefs, which leads not only to the confusion of the people that we are trying to reach, but to our own confusion and possible abandonment of the faith. If you would like to see more of my videos, please subscribe to Joshua Lindsey TV. On the next episode, we will be talking about how our vocabulary might be challenging us in our faith in Jesus Christ when it really doesn't have to. Thank you and have a great day.